Have you ever felt that what you are being told by the mainstream media just doesn't add up? That there's a deeper story, a hidden truth, just beneath the surface of the official narrative? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, you're in the right place. Today, we're not just scratching the surface. We're taking a deep dive into the unseen forces that shape our world, from media manipulation to the hidden powers that influence our everyday decisions. Let's start with the most powerful force in modern society, the media. It's not just about what they report, it's about how they report it. This is called framing. Imagine a news story. By choosing specific words, images, and experts, the media can frame an event to make you feel a certain way. They can highlight one aspect of a story while completely ignoring another. This selective framing isn't just about bias. It's a powerful tool of control. It manipulates public perception, guiding us toward a specific conclusion without us even realizing it. When certain narratives are repeated over and over, they become ingrained as societal norms, as undisputed facts. This is made worse by censorship, both overt and subtle. When platforms limit open debate or moderate content with a political bias, they create echo chambers. We end up surrounded by voices that only confirm what we already believe, making it nearly impossible to consider a different perspective. This stifles diverse viewpoints, exacerbates societal divisions, and undermines the very foundation of democratic engagement. The result? We get a one-sided story, a carefully curated version of reality. To break free, we must actively seek out alternative sources and challenge the narratives we're fed. But it's not just the media. Our entire society is built on a fabric of cultural norms that dictate what's acceptable, what's normal, and what's taboo. These norms often operate unconsciously, shaping our behaviors and views without our consent. Think about it. Why do we believe what we believe? How much of it is our own critical thought, and how much is just cultural programming? Historically, these norms have been used to justify harmful practices and perpetuate inequality. It takes collective action, awareness, and a willingness to address uncomfortable truths to challenge and change these damaging cultural norms. This brings us to a fascinating psychological quirk that makes us all vulnerable to manipulation: the Dunning-Kruger effect. In simple terms, it's a cognitive bias where people with low ability at a task overestimate their ability. We often don't know what we don't know. This overconfidence can lead to major errors in judgment. It's why people can be so certain about a topic they know very little about. High performers, on the other hand, often underestimate their skills. Recognizing this bias in ourselves is the first step toward true self-awareness and better decision-making. It's crucial for navigating a world filled with misinformation and for fostering the humility needed to learn and grow. So we have media manipulation, restrictive cultural norms, and our own cognitive biases all working to shape our perception of reality. It's easy to feel powerless, but something is changing. There's an awakening happening. More and more people are recognizing these systemic issues, from media control to deep-seated corruption in our institutions. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a call for critical thinking. It's about questioning who benefits from the status quo and whose voices are being silenced. One of the most inspiring aspects of this awakening is the role of young people. A new generation is rising, armed with social media and a deep desire for transparency and accountability. Youth-led movements are challenging entrenched systems, demanding integrity, and redefining what it means to be an engaged citizen. They understand that real change doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the bottom up, by engaging in democratic processes, promoting community safety, and using technology to amplify their voices. They are forging a new path forward. They are proving that collective action is our most powerful tool against corruption and societal decay. This shift is about moving from passive consumption to active participation. It's about understanding that we all have a role to play in creating a more transparent and just society. So, how do we do it? First, we must become critical consumers of information. Don't just accept what you're told. Ask questions. Whose viewpoint is being presented? What facts might be missing? Compare multiple sources, especially those outside the mainstream. Analyze the language for emotional manipulation. Second, we need to foster self-awareness. Recognize our own biases and the gaps in our knowledge. Be open to changing our minds when presented with new evidence. This humility is a superpower in an age of overconfidence. And third, we must support and engage in collective action, whether it's local community initiatives or global movements. Our combined voices are louder than any single narrative. Promote transparency, demand accountability from our leaders, and support the youth who are fighting for a better future. The truth is out there, but it's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You have to be willing to look for it, to question, to challenge, and to see beyond the veil of popular belief. It's a journey of discovery, and it starts with the simple, daring act of thinking for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration today. If this conversation resonated with you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the topics that matter. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep this important conversation going. Until next time, stay curious and question everything.